Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the virtual commemoration of the International Day of Vesak for the year 2022. Before we proceed further, I would like to encourage those who wish to speak to indicate their interest in the chat box so that we can include you in the list of speakers. Permit me the indulgence of beginning with my welcoming remarks. Venerable members of the Mahasangha, religious dignitaries, the Secretary General of the United Nations, the President of the General Assembly, Excellencies, distinguished guests, my fellow Sri Lankans, and my brothers and sisters of our human family. Namo Buddhaya. It is my honor and humble privilege to welcome all of you today to the commemoration of the birth, the enlightenment, and the passing of one of the greatest human beings ever known to mankind. The Sakya Muni, as he was so titled, was so perfect that people believed he was divine and named Siddhartha Gautama as the Buddha, which means the perfectly enlightened one, who has seized all unwholesome acts based on greed, hatred, and illusion. My dear friends, the birth, the enlightenment, and the passing of the Buddha all took place on the night of the full moon in the month of Vesak, which corresponds to the full moon day in the month of May, in accordance with the Gregorian calendar. Vesak, as a festival, has come to mark the pinnacle of events in the Buddhist calendar and is celebrated by all Buddhists throughout the world. It is a time that signifies the triumph of good over evil, a time which compels us to seek peace within, to overcome our vexations, and serve as a reminder of our human frailties that requires us to seek solace from the teachings of the Enlightened One. The United Nations General Assembly adopted the Resolution 54/115 in 1999, declaring the international recognition of the Day of Vesak at the United Nations headquarters and other United Nations offices. It is in keeping with this resolution that we gather here today at a time when the world is seeking a respite from a multitude of challenges, ranging from the pandemic, climate change, development deficit, war, and global tensions. The planet today, my dear friends, is replete with fear and hope, fear of war and hostility, fear of confrontations amongst religions, ethnic and national groups. While we, as the United Nations and its member states, seek to find solutions extraneously by norm setting and international law, perhaps it is also worthwhile that we delve into the teachings of spiritual teachers such as the Buddha, who focused within and discovered pathways to create peaceful human beings. After all, my dear friends, without peace within us, finding peace outside our beings becomes elusive and difficult. Buddhism teaches us the avoidance of extremes of all sorts, the moderation in the consumption of the earth's resources that leads to sustainability, as well as economic and social justice, not only for ourselves, but for the future generations as well, for whom we hold these resources in trust. As the Dhammapada puts it so nicely, to quote it, as the bee derives honey from the flower without harming its color or fragrance, so should we interact, the Buddha says, with our surroundings. Permit me, therefore, my dear friends, to leave you with this thought and welcome all of you today to this celebration. I thank the Ambassador of Thailand, our friend Surya Chandrawong, and the members of the Thai mission to the United Nations for this joint effort in making this commemoration a reality. May the blessings of the triple gem of Buddhism, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha be with you. Namo Buddhaya.